A lot of people have been taking in the Tulip Festival. There's lots of things that are happening over the course of the festival, and they have a little kind of independent things. And one of the things that they're hosting actually today is called An Athlete's Place, and it's happening at 4th Avenue Baptist Church in the Glebe. And it's a really interesting panel discussion with a number of up-and-coming and already stable female athletes. And joining us is Jamie Lee Rattray, who's on the National Women's Hockey Team under 22. Great to have you here on the show.
Thanks for having me.
And you are going to be joined by, we've got curlers, we've got soccer players. I mean, it's a really quite interesting panel. What was it like for you when they asked you to come on board and be a part of it?
I was really excited. I know actually I was still at school and I know Alan gave me an email there, and I'm actually really excited to be a part of it. I know kind of discuss about women in sport, and it's kind of neat to see how far it's come, and I'm excited to see kind of what kind of crowd we're going to have, and kind of what they're up to. Maybe they want to grill us on kind of how we kind of got to where we were, and I don't know, I'm interested to see how it goes.
More interested to see the types of questions that are coming from the individuals that are actually there. You're going to be joined by Rachel Homan, who a lot of us know is an amazing curling champion, and she's done a great job representing Ottawa and Canada at the Worlds. We've got you, we've got the Canadian Inter-University Sport Player of the Year, Caroline Chenard. We also have referees that have done the World Cup soccer. So for you, I mean, you grew up here in the city playing hockey, and now you're in the States playing for Clarkson, is that right? What has your transition been like, or have you seen the support for you as a young female athlete as you've gotten older and you've gotten better and you've gotten more advanced?
I definitely seen it a lot. I mean, I grew up playing boys hockey. I mean, that's a lot of girls now have, and especially I know a lot of girls did play boys. I mean, whatever sport it is, and now you see them starting in women's sport, maybe in women's hockey or whatever. You know, the coaching, the support has come so much far that the girls can start there instead of starting with the boys. So. I know that it's come a long way. Even at the high level, you know, we see the Worlds this year in Ottawa. I mean, the coverage that it got, I mean, nationally and even worldly. So it was pretty neat to see how far it's come, and I'm really excited to see how the discussion goes and what other people think.
You were saying it was nice to see the attention brought to the World Championships. There was over 100,000 people that took in the games, and yet you can see it at these high-profile events, and yet the support you were saying earlier isn't quite there the rest of the time.
I think it's coming as we go. I mean, we got to be patient with it. I mean, it's the same way with the men's game and when it first started. I mean, we got to be patient with it, and whether or not maybe it gets just as big, or you know, we got to be patient. And I know, and us women are trying still pushing as hard as we can. And in any sport, I mean, whether or not it's big or small, we want to make sure we have the support.
I'm hoping that there's a number of people. It's a free panel discussion tonight, so if you have a young athlete in your family, you have girls that are interested in sport, this would be a great place to go. Did you have, for you as you were growing up, mentors or people that you looked at that were kind of setting precedent for your sport?
I mean, yeah, that's for sure. I mean, especially in my sport, hockey, I mean, we always looked up to the girls in the national team, and you know, that's where we want to be when we grow up. And I think we all have, you know, the young girls, they all have their role models and the girls they want to look up to, and maybe hopefully through this, if there's some younger girls there, maybe they can look up to me as a role model, or you know, all the people that are there are going to discuss it. So, I mean, it's just really exciting to be a part of it.
What questions are you anticipating, do you think, or are you looking forward to?
I'm not sure. I think maybe what they think, kind of how the women's sport has developed in our minds, and maybe you know how we as athletes do it every day. I mean, it's not easy every day going in and out, and you know, how we got to where we are and how we want to, you know, even get to the next level.
I mean, I know for you it's hockey, but is there interest for you that you've watched other sports or other female athletes kind of you know, step out of their boundaries too?
I mean, that's for sure. I mean, you definitely saw it at the Olympics this year. It was soccer. I know that's one of the bigger ones I saw. I mean, I was even interested in how big it got. I mean, especially with Christine Sinclair being, you know, kind of the idol there, and I definitely see, and many, especially in curling too. I mean, all those sports are just kind of starting to go, and you know, it's starting with the big events, maybe the Olympics or something, but hopefully maybe in the future we can see all the sports kind of be highlighted throughout the year.
I think it's going to be interesting. So you're looking forward to it, and it's nice too to come home. I know you just wrote your final exams.
Yeah, it's nice to be home. That's for sure.
Yeah, you come home and then you're still talking about it. So how was your season, by the way? It was a good season.
It was a very good season, especially you know we kind of made it to the final 8 there in the NCAA. So we're hopefully doing even better next year.
And then kind of swapping that, we'll still staying with the national team and still being in touch, school and this team too.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but I mean I love it. Wouldn't trade anything for the world.
That's good. Hopefully you can inspire other young girls to be able to do that and take all of that on their plate, because it's definitely well worth it. Yeah. Again, it's taking place at 4th Avenue Baptist Church in the Glebe. It's an athlete's place, and it will be hosted. And you know what? The only thing I don't have right now is time. So what time do you do?
It's at 7:30. The discussion starts.
7:30 is when the panel discussion goes. And by the way, it is free, part of the Canadian Tulip Festival as well. Congratulations on all your success.